Oh, oh, stop. Go on now. Stop. When I said go on, I did not mean literally go. Go on. Applause. There you go. I'm kidding. Okay, so wait a minute. I was in here moving things around. Look at the roof is showing, the rafters. We're gonna raise it, the energy level. We're gonna take it through the top, y'all. You know why? We don't believe. I'm not gonna say have a good day. I'm not gonna say. Oh, I'm not gonna answer. How you doing, Dr. Lauren? I'm good. Why would I say? Not even an option. Because there is no place to go from good. Where you gonna go? Gooder? Ooh, one day they're gonna say, here he comes, Dr. Lauren, one of our goodest. No, go from great to greater. Great. Hold on. The Alexa upstairs is doing something she was not instructed to do. You know they start talking now without even asking them questions. The other day I was walking past Alexa, minding my business, nobody's hearing me. Although I do talk to myself sometimes when no one is here, but this time I wasn't. And she was, hey, you want to hear a joke? I told her one more time, you're either going in a garage sale, I'm cutting the cord off the back. Alexa, turn off. She must have heard me with that thread again. Zipped it up, didn't she? So anyway, being silly. So listen, go, whatever someone asks you, whatever you set an intention for, dress it in the outfit that you wanted to be wearing when you walk directly up to it. See what I'm saying? So you say, oh, I'm great. You go from great to greater, great to greater, great to greater. And one day, somewhere, there's going to be a welcoming party, a welcoming committee. Oh, places, everyone. Here she comes. Here comes Cat Caldwell Myers, one of our greatest. Oh, I love that. There you go. What is there not to love about the truth, right? So there it is. That is the bell of purpose. And I am allowing it to welcome each of you into the sacred space known as Bathrobe Moments today. I'm Dr. Lauren. This is not a show prop. It's not a gimmick. It is indeed a reminder that just like that bell, you guessed it, the truth does have a ring to it. Make sure that all of your inner intentional, inside words that you use to cast spells have purpose. Make sure that you use them with care and with intention and on purpose. Okay? I'm telling you, the only way they can go anywhere but due north is through your own personal, here it comes, invitation. I ain't playing with it today. Even though my eyes do look like I've been out playing pool or crap somewhere in the back alley or drinking, what was that beer that Billy D. Williams, Coke 45 or 40? No. I have allergies. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Even if CBD is legal in Chicago. I just threw that extra one in because I heard somebody over there say, he done had him some of them CBDs, whatever. Listen, you guys, that was it. That was my Monday morning wake up monologue because I don't want to waste another moment. And I'll do it when we come back in. When we return, we're going to get our commercial out of the way early. And when we come back, somebody's going to be sitting in that chair right there. I'll give you a clue. Her initials are CCM. Phone a friend, you guys, and do something. I want you to do something right now. I chewed this literally off my rose bush before I came here. Look at this phrase. Because I was there and I said, I want to give them their flowers today on the show. And someone said, you ain't got nothing to cut it with. Oh, you want to bet? Gnawed it off. I don't know what my neighbors were thinking if they saw, is he eating that? Don't worry about it. What I'm saying is today, right now, set an intention that you will give someone their flowers today. I was thinking of you. How you been? Hi, neighbor. Tip your hat. Love that outfit, girl. Work it. Something. What you reap is what you will sow. Take that with you. We'll be back in just a moment with the incomparable. I'm telling you, you got a good one today, y'all. I'm not kidding you. Her name is Cat Caldwell Myers. She'll be here when we return. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. All of our stories begin with either in the beginning or once upon a time. And for me, my story began pretty much, and this is how it was referred to for quite a while, a backdoor deal. I could be living in a different neighborhood, in a different school, with different kids in the same bedroom from day to day. And so it began to feel like I was moving through a maze. I was always the kind of kid who would talk to my imaginary friends. They would talk back. And I know now that it was a great thing because it was carving out a place for me to dream. A lot of us will say, well, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then down the road, we've gained it. Why? Because want comes like a wish list, but need comes with a plan. When you feel that power, that is your story, and you see how many paths it can light, trust me, there's nothing in the world that will make you say it wasn't worth it. I said you'd be sitting in a chair. I didn't say you'd see her sitting there. But she's there. Before she comes to your field of vision, I'm going to get you ready just a little bit more. So our guest today is Cat Caldwell Myers. And you guys know my husband Brian, Dr. Brian, and I will be headed to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, later this week for the Trueness Project's event known as the Grand Butterfly Gathering. Flutterville. Anyway, not Hooterville. I heard you over there. Y'all better quit playing with me. Flutterville. Now, talk about a flutterer. She lives there. First of all, she is a local, and she's a lifelong horsewoman. Okay? Wilbur. Sorry. Couldn't resist. None of you remember. Do you, Mr. Ed? A horse is a horse? Of course. That's the ADHD. Get out of quit running in the halls. My ADHD. She's a downhill skier. Overachieved much? Anyway, and a spiritual seeker. Now, love me some of that. Cat is a certified life coach who specializes in weight loss transformations. What do you mean by that? You do that in there? Oh, you talking to me? I need to what? I'm kidding. You may have been saying that. Don't push her away before she gets in here. Count it all joy. Yes, I received this, Miss Cat. That's what I want you to do. So she's going to help you. We're going to talk about some of that today. Body positivity. Okay? And getting into the right mindset and finding goals that resonate in your heart. This is what makes one successful in actually transforming their bodies. Mind, body, and soul. Inside, then the outside. Cat uses horses, mountains, and the facts of life, sharing her epic adventures and failures to motivate her clients to find and follow their own dreams. Without further ado, put your hearts on the screen, put your heart into the game, into this illuminated conversation. It's an interactive activity. That means comment, hearts, call somebody, get inside. Miss Cat!
What's up? What's up? Woo! Hats off to you, Dr. Lauren. What an intro. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be here.
It's good or great?
It's good. I was thinking greater. Can I say it's so great
to
be here?
It's greater to be here than being in the hospital.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. But also just than being in my bed. I wondered if I was supposed to wear my bathrobe or not. I mean, it is bathrobe moments. Like, what are we doing?
You should have followed your first mind, because when people wear a bathrobe here, I'm just like Oprah. You get a car. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you might, but it'll be the size he rode in here on. Okay. But what I'm saying is, people do that. Just, it's intended for people to just come as you are.
Yeah.
Plus, I was lazy. I'm lazy. I can wake up, get out of bed 2 minutes before the show. What? That's what I'm calling it. But anyway, you're an inspiring woman. I want to definitely ask about that horseback there. I love it. The painting.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Oh, yeah. Isn't it cool? You know what? I have had this painting, oh man, going on 15 years. and I bought it for $200 at
You,
a garden store in our area called MD Nursery. What? And
wow.
they still stock these like really cool horse paintings for a couple $100. And to me, like when you see a horse, it opens up something in you, whether you're seeing a horse in real space or you're seeing this image of the horse. And I'd love to hear, like, what's it open up for you? Like, why do you like it?
Well, and I don't like it. I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, I start everything that way that comes out of my mouth. Because why would I expect the world to love it if I only like it? You don't have to do my heavy lifting. It's been done for me. So I'm going to say I love it because to me, it speaks of inclusion. Like anybody can ride me. It's like Joseph's coat of many colors. That's a horse that is not a bigot. It is not. It doesn't prejudge. It's look, everybody. You can get on my shoulders. That's what it says to me. Seriously, because who doesn't want to gallop and feel life moving in the direction speed?
And may I just say, freedom!
Yeah.
Like, you know, the experience of being on a horse, partnering with them, fully trusting them to carry you. And for me, I mean, if we talk spirituality, horses are such a metaphor, but they're a truly embodied being that we get to connect with to reach the other side.
See?
And they're bigger than our problems, and they're bigger, like they expand our mission of greatness into something well beyond what we might have had before we partnered with them. And they've been doing this for over 5,000 years. We have been partnering with horses in this way. So I get all fired up about this, but it's like,
you should.
What you just saw in a painting and what you shared with your audience, that's it right there. And what's so cool is every person sees something different.
Yes.
There are these similarities.
If I could speak in tongues, I'd say Hasa Babaka. It's true. I'm going to tell you why. There's the bell of purpose. Oh, sorry. Right now, I do speak to inanimate objects. Welcome to the show, you guys. I forgot, and she's under contract. I ain't trying to get sued. Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. She's my version of Ed McMahon. She's been here all 12 years. Now, and here are your flowers, everybody. Take them. Receive this. Yes, Dr. Lauren, I received this. And Kat, this is for giving this to you. That's yours. Okay. Now, let me tell you what you just did. First of all, what you said, I saw, where two or more come together and we are in agreement. Magical things are unfolded. Now, you said about the horse. I heard when you said about how freedom and because that horse allows and takes us into all horses, well, the ones that know what they're doing, beyond to places beyond human comprehension. It go beyond our capability. It is greater than me. That is why I refer to my higher power as greater than.
Okay, hang on. You're getting me hot in here. I gotta take my coat off.
Take off all your coat. I ain't take off nothing. No.
Just want to say, I am wearing my pajama suit, by the way. But I just want to say, you know, you touched on something, the horses that know what they're doing. And I'm just going to say, it's the horses that it's we, the humans, don't know what they're doing that truly challenge us. And those are like those God moments where we're like, wait a second. I did my manifestation. I did my intentions. I asked you to use me, and then splat, right? And you know, you got to get back on the horse to trust again, right? And some of it is, think about our ancestors, Dr. Lauren, way back. The first one who was like, oh, I'm not only going to partner with this animal, get closer to them, I'm going to figure out how to get them on, like, let me get on their back, get them to allow me, a predator with eyes in the front of our face, to go upon them, a prey animal with eyes on the side of their face, and partner together to go through life and go farther and pull and build and do all these incredible things that we've thought of. And we did. We pushed them to their limits beyond what they were able to do or ever meant to do for us. And that's why we made cars. We were treating them like cars. Like, we have this speed and horses have this speed. Anybody watch the Kentucky Derby, right? Like, we have been racing horses again for thousands and thousands of years. And yet, if you really hang out with horses, they actually teach you how to slow down.
Girl, I'm going to tell you something. It's hard to get me and my ADH predators, they're actually my co-authors, to shut our mouths and listen, but not. See, that's why I say sacred space, because it does what I need, not what I want. Need is attached to a plan, y'all. Want usually is the equivalent of a wish. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you so many clues hidden in the world of horse sense, things that we use and don't even know. You know, for instance, somebody said, "Well, oh, well, that makes that everybody knows that cat because that's common sense." Nuh-uh. That's what people say. Well, if this is what I say to them. If it's so common, how come you ain't the one telling me? There it is. So there's no sense. It doesn't make no sense. Common sense, but what you just said makes perfect sense. Think about that. See what I'm saying? Because there's only one thing perfect: the truth. It never changes, and it will never change on us. So, what she said. Now, get back up on the horse. We say that, but this time, don't be stupid. This is not the Matterhorn where you can be in the front with your hands up. No, sometimes you need to hold on and enjoy the ride. Lean into it. You're not on the scrambler, right? Tilt-a-whirl. You better not be trying to peek your head out of the tilt-a-whirl and wave at everybody. You'll walk out of there with a crook for a month in your neck, because it is the centrifugal force. It forces you to surrender. Because people say, don't they say, tell us this. When people say, now don't be this, the horse can sense your.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, you know, in my TEDx talk, I actually quote Dolly Parton.
Catch it before it leaves the building.
Yeah, we can drop a link for that. But I quote Dolly Parton on horse sense, right? And she says, just having good horse sense, you can make more money and get more done than all the people who got to fumble around in their books trying to find an answer or something.
Dolly said that?
Dolly said that, baby. So the point is, we're at this really unusual space and time where 100 years ago, because 1922 was the year we had more cars than horses on most major cities around the world. London, Boston, etc. That was not that long ago.
No.
That was not that long ago. 5,000 years ago. For thousands of years, we've been connected to another animal. Now suddenly we're not connected to an animal. We're connected to a machine. And I'm so grateful for this space because look, here we can connect. You're in Chicago. I'm outside of Jackson Hole. We'll be in the same space this weekend. But like right now, we're in different spaces. And yet we can connect. And we can connect the dots and we can connect the radio frequency. But what people don't understand, because they've come so far from connecting with a horse every day, is what that get back on the horse thing is really about. So let me just unpack that one for you guys real quick. Because you're kind of like starting to get around the corner of it. It's how is it for the horse? So I have a daughter. I have two daughters actually, but one of them rides this horse. And when it's that time of the month, this horse likes to buck. And in case you don't know much about mares, they can be marish. Kind of like ladies can be PMS-ish or whatever you want to call it. And during that time of the month, when you try to get her to canter, which is going a little bit faster than a trot, which is a little bit faster than a walk, which is a little bit faster than a stop. When you're trying to get her to go a little faster, she will buck. And this scares my daughter because you got to kind of buck through it to get there. And she has bucked her off. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If the ride is over the moment the horse succeeds in bucking you off, how do you think tomorrow's ride is going to go? They're going to try again because the work is over if they can buck you off. So let's go back to thinking about our higher power or thinking about any goal, whether it's weight loss or whatever it is. Oh, a few pounds up. Guess I'll throw in the towel. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Oh, a few pounds up, throw in the towel again. Now it's 5 pounds up. Now it's 10 pounds up. What's going to keep happening? As opposed to teaching yourself that you got to get back on the horse. It's just a few pounds. It's just a few bucks. You got to ride through it. And it's not just for the horse's mind. It's for your mind.
A few bucks. Legend bucks. You know what I mean? Intention bucks. Manifestation bucks. Ooh, you might have. Girl, let me tell you something. Look at all those little uploads, downloads. All that at the bottom. That is just flying in here. Now, here comes something where you can win another one of those cars, kind of like on Oprah, because they're only this big. They're Matchbox. I have them. So, what did she say? What did she say in the last 5 minutes? What line that could have been from a song.
Hmm.
You ready? Okay, you won't get it. She said, I have 2 daughters. It takes 2 babies. It takes 2 babies. See? Told you they're running in the hallways, these ADHDers. Come on now. Count it all joy. I look for something fun in everything. I don't wait until it's dark outside. Put it away for a rainy day. What did Karen say? Carpenter, that is. Rainy days and Mondays. They don't keep me down. They keep me up. Okay? I had another one to go with that, but it's a clean show. Okay. Yo, listen. I want to ask you, do you have a ranch? Because we were watching, everybody knows Yellowstone, and now we're watching the offshoot one, not the Marshalls, the other one, Dutton Ranch. So do you live on a ranch, and does it have a name?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I live on a street called Buckskin Loop, and all the streets in my area have a horse name. But I used to live outside of Chicago, in Waukegan, and my ranch was called Hidden Ranch.
Yeah, I bet.
Because it was
hidden. What's it called?
Buckshot.
Buckshot.
Right now I live in Buckskin Loop. You're loving this too, aren't you? Buckskin. Yeah. You can't get enough of this, can you, Dr. This is a great show.
You know that Cat Caldwell girl, right? Yeah, I know her. Oh, live over on Buckskin Loop. Well, let me tell you what I heard. What? Them taters ready that Paul? No, I'm just kidding.
Here's what I'll tell you. Okay. Do you know what buckskin is? You probably don't.
Wait a minute. Is there a car involved for the right answer? Buckskin. Buckskin. Drop it in the comments.
I'll give you a pony.
Y'all. Come on. Let's do it as a group. I told you. Interactive. Buckskin. Buckskin jacket.
Actually, there might be such a thing as a buckskin jacket, but I kind of hope not. So a buckskin is a coloring of a horse. Kind of like you might have a golden retriever, right? Or you've seen, like I think they have cream colored retrievers. So it's a coloring. So this horse is sort of like a light yellow tan color with black striping. So black mane and tail, usually has a black dorsal line down their back, black legs, black tips on their ears, and a black nose, and black around the eyes. So they're really cool looking. If you Google buckskin. I
have all those. I have a buckskin, y'all.
You just didn't know it was called buckskin.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to make another one. You know how we've had colored, black.
Yeah.
Actually, right. Oh, I'm a buckskin American.
Heck yeah. I love it. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you something.
Sure.
How old were you when you got on your first horse?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I was probably an infant or a 2-year-old, and I was probably placed upon a pony, and someone took a picture because my grandmother had ponies, and we would go and visit her 1 week every summer, and she was the one who really passed on that wisdom. And so if I trace back like her grandmother, they lived way out in the country, and she cut her cheek open with a can. When she was opening some sort of can, she cut her cheek all the way open, all the way through.
I'm screaming, stop.
And they had such a long carriage ride to the doctor, like 2 hours or something. You know what they did? They grabbed a handful of sugar and just smacked it on there to get her there. So the point is, okay, my grandmother was with horses. I am with horses. My children are with horses. I sound like I'm pregnant, but that's not what I mean.
I was going to say that.
But kind of. Actually, I did just hear about the Scottish goddess for horses. Her name is Epona. And when you die, she helps you transition to the other world with every horse you have ever known and loved to cross over with you. How cool is that to think about? But the point is,
those that have had interactions with horses.
Well, look at your through line, whatever it is for you, because it might not be horses for you, but obviously horses are huge
down
for
the back,
me.
Right?
And teaching others about horses is huge for me.
I don't know. I know I'm buckskin American, so it's. Let me ask you something. First of all, your grandmother. Why didn't she just ride over to the mercantile and let Nellie Olsen and her family? I'm kidding. Get it? Come on now. This is where my husband would go. Boo. I'm just kidding. So listen, how many horses do you have?
Right now, yeah, right now we have 4 horses and 1 pony who you're going to meet this weekend. He'll be dressed up like a butterfly at the big Flutter event downtown Jackson Hole.
Wait a minute. Shut the front door or the sliding door. Were you at the first butterfly gathering 2 years ago?
Yeah.
We met.
What? Why are you holding out on me?
Beautiful blue crushed velvet jacket, which was sweating.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. You're in your bathrobe. I didn't recognize you.
That's right. Because those white jeans that were fitting in the matching blue.
Yeah. Girl. Come on. My.
See, this is what I'm saying. Full circle.
Love it. Full circle. Yes. Blessed friends.
Let me ask you something. What do you look for in, and then we're going to turn the corner and pivot to get to some of the other work that you do outside of the horse, because you do a lot of things. It's never about just one thing, you guys. What is the one thing you really hope for or look for when you place, because you had a pony, I'm seeing it now, I remember, and you place a child who has never been on any kind of, equine. See, yes, I know that word. Yes. Nice. Anything under 5 syllables, throw at me. Over that, I'm not your boy. What is it you hope for? Because a lot of places and people and things, I know, and I'm a veteran, and I have helped, put them on the show over the last 12 years. A lot of equine therapy people, because they do so much. So what is it you look for in the eyes of the child that you place on the back of a horse for the or pony for the very first time?
I'm looking for and feeling for deep, true presence. So my hope is connection, but I'm going to work with what I have. So call it all joy. Call it all joy. Obviously, I would love for this child to have a joyful experience. However, if I see deep fear in the child's eyes, and by the way, most children are getting that from their parents. Yet, now we know you inherit in your DNA trauma. So let's say that they had an ancestor who had a terrible horse accident. They may not even know why they're afraid of horses, but it's in them.
Yes.
What I am hoping then is for a connection to a deeper part of themselves with this horse. It may not be joy. It may be enough to touch, breathe without fear, work through letting go of some of that. That could be the win. Getting on a horse might be too much. I put my daughter on a stallion in Hawaii. Stallions, by the way, they are uncut males. Most of the horses you're working with are geldings or mares. I know, this is a bit much. I'm sorry, this was a PG show, but anyway.
No, kind of, but you'll get over it.
The point is, a stallion's energy is so intense that you usually don't meet them because they can literally go through normal fencing to get to a mare. So you need extra kinds of fencing, extra kinds of all kinds of extra to keep them and their energy in, right? So when I put my 2-year-old daughter and just held her, upon this stallion, she could feel that energy and she was like, I don't like it. Whereas our other horses, our geldings, our mares, our ponies who she grew up with, they smelled her the day she was born. You know what I mean? Fine with them. She's fine with them. But a stallion, a different energy. So we all have our edge. So what I'm looking for, and my TEDx talk is called How Horses Promote Connection. I'm looking for us to connect to each other, real life, real space, real moment. Don't tell me you're in joy if you're actually in
right.
Let's get to the truth. And I have a quote for you that I love that's also in my book here, The Adventure Paradox. There are 3 sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth.
Amen.
We get so wrapped up in what is the truth? What is the truth? And it's elusive. Ultimately, we don't even really know. We have our blinders on for how we think it is. Even I do.
Right. That's brilliant right there. Y'all, write that down. If nowhere else on your heart, it'll stay there. It'll be there when you need it. Now, guess what just happened? How interesting that right before you said a quote in my book, which, by the way, she thought we didn't get it. She has one more because I believe in the power of 3. Everything comes in threes: past, present, future. 3 blind mice, 3 wishes, 3 pigs, 3 bears. Anyway, we'll get to that on another show. So you haven't. I bet you never heard this horse joke.
Let's hear it. I love.
I got one. You can put it inside your next book. I promise. I won't sue you for very much. Here you go. Why? I love it. This is what happens when they run the halls, y'all, with their shoes on. Why did the envelope stink?
No idea.
No, that's for the wrong animal. God, but hats off for trying, girl. My husband would have went, boo. Are you ready? Why did the envelope stink? Because the stampede.
Oh, guy.
See? Come on now, clever.
Oh
clever?
Gosh, that's clever.
The
That's
stampede.
clever.
Girl, you know that's good. Kids will love it. Right. So now I got a question. I'm going to ask you something. And I know, I think I know the right answer. It's here, hidden. This time, you will win if you get this right. Nothing. Cat, when you put a child, this is part 2 of the first question, or the last question, about what you look for when you put a child on the back of a pony. If something feels off, if you see fear in both the horse and the child's eyes, which one of them do you address first?
Well, that's a great question. Always,
girl.
I know it.
Terminated conversations. That's what they bring. It ain't me.
I would say, first of all, it does definitely depend on the situation. Safety is first. So if I see something in the horse, and remember, they're prey animals. So let's say
I got the answer right. She said the horse first.
Well, if it's a safety thing, it's a safety thing. But here's the thing. If I see that the horse is a little bit nervous, the horse may be absorbing the energy of the child. Now, if the horse is worried about a dump truck that's coming up over the brrr, I need to attend to the horse and I need to move the child because the horse might be spinning and moving and whatever. And I don't want the child to get stepped on. You know, so often it's the slow it down, which leads us to safety. But with horses, and this is the year of the fire horse, friends, things are happening fast, so fast. So it's really important to balance so fast with slow down and really like process what just happened. You know, I have a horse who, when he's tied up, speaking of veterans, and thank you for your service.
Oh, and sacrifice. That's what we tell veterans.
And sacrifice.
Thank you so much. I received this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So he is an ex-racehorse. Now, ex-racehorses, and part of why we pair a lot of ex-racehorses or Mustangs with veterans for healing work is because both of them have been through a very serious trauma. We don't know what else they've been through, but to be trained to be in a box and then race as hard as you can over and over and over is traumatic. It's a bit like a soldier going through all the things. I don't know, you know, how you served, but you are like, this is it. We're getting up early. This is it. You know, this is it, right?
Yeah.
The same with a Mustang. Went and lived in the wild, born in the wild, right? And I've interviewed some very interesting scientists who have pointed out that there are no real wild horses. Every single horse has been domesticated at some point. Even the wild ones, they were just thrown back out into the wilderness. So that's interesting because, again, somewhere in there, they were with people, but were they with bad people? Were they with people who abused them and sent them out? Hi, I see we got some comments coming in here.
Oh, yeah.
So my point is, when I work with that racehorse, one of his sort of like trigger points that he can't get over is when he's tied up, he does this thing that I call the blowback, which is you're watching him, you're calm with him, and then all of a sudden, bam, he just pulls back from the horse trailer, breaks the lead rope. And it's like something just kicks in his head. I have been working with this horse for 17 years, okay? 18 years, actually. He has done this from the get-go. We've done lots of training. Like there's only so much you can train out, but I have taken videos, Dr. Loren, thinking I could like see like some moment right before so I could start to train myself to look for like, does he have a twitch? Like what was the sign before the sign? No, bam, There's nothing you can see. And even when you slow it down in that play-by-play to understand it, what you understand is sometimes life is so fast, like whoosh, regardless of your plans, whatever happened, like manifest, it's here. And then other times, slow plodding along, and both are true and both are right. And it's our job to partner with life on life's terms. This is life.
Yes. Just again, surrender.
Yeah.
Just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Hold on, hang on. Let it. See, you one of those people you can't take to karaoke.
Oh, I love it.
You go to karaoke?
I'll karaoke with you.
Have you been though? I mean, you do it?
I've been to karaoke before, yeah.
You got enough there though.
Not on your show.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? You're up there and you're singing like one of my signature songs, Holding Back the Years, Simply Red Night. Anyway, and then here comes some drunk woman. And I'm, give me back the mic. Anyway, that's a karaoke moment. Now, I want to point something out. Do you see the parallels? This is why it's not just something. Everything that you've talked about that I had no idea about is removing my pre-planted whatever
notions.
I can't even come up with a name for it. When they say, well, horses are natural beasts of burden. The opposite of freedom riders. You see what I mean? They're not. Talk about that. Who decided? Say, I guess the same people that said, hey, your name's Fiddler. Get over there. You see what I'm saying? Come from Africa and come plant my cotton or whatever.
Yeah.
Something where you don't have a choice in it. So why do you think horses like it?
First of all, I think this is very apropos coming out of Juneteenth, right? Can we just acknowledge that? Yes, right? And I absolutely agree with you.
Don't look away right there.
There is a long, long history of people doing bad things to people. People still do bad things to people. The same is true with horses. Now, here's what I will say with horses. When we hear beast of burden, I think it's a similar kind of issue. I think that horses, and one of my equine teachers taught me this, horses are in the 33rd dimension of consciousness. Humans,
power of 3.
Humans are in the 7th dimension of consciousness. Okay, we don't even stand a chance to understand what they see, what they know, what they allow, how they have partnered with us to build the Colosseum, for example. Guess what? Slaves did that too, right? Like if we really look at the ways we've worked with each other or enslaved each other, right?
You mean the Colosseum in LA?
I'm talking about Rome, but anyway.
So I had to say it.
My point is, let's go back. There have been people, the power dynamic, and here's the irony. The horse has always been more powerful. Even my pony is a couple 100 pounds, right? But most horses are generally at least about 1,000 pounds. And we bred them to be even bigger. Our Clydesdales, take your Budweiser horses, all of those are called Clydesdales, big draft horses. Yeah. They were bred to pull huge trees, to pull so much weight. We have so much weight to move around to create the world that we've created. And now that we're not so physically active, partnering with the horse, we just sit down in the car. Guess what? Those pounds, they come on. So how do we come back to remembering that we're here in this body, that we have this life, that we have this mind, this soul, we get to put it all together and live the most beautiful life? Because you know what? We are free. We are free.
Yes.
We create this prison.
That was me speaking in tongues.
We create a prison in our minds. So that's the first thing I'm looking for, is like helping someone pull back whatever their preconceived notions are about horses, about life, about weight loss, about themselves, whatever it is. Because you know what? We get really stuck on our ancestral trauma. They're here. They're rooting for us. There may be things we need to work through for them. But also we have a future. We have a future.
girl, you're. I'm just gonna say this. It's like I feel like a court reporter, a stenographer with you on this show because the downloads or uploads that are flying in from everything she says are just incredible. And trust me, folks, almost 12 years, this is rare that I at such speed. I know you on why what's he doing that's so important? You're not looking at her on the screen. It's so rude. Because I was thinking, I hope they don't think that, but let me tell you something here, real quick. We have plenty of time left. Some things I have that came in hot off the press, and they're now marked with a different color. A horse of a different color. They're bringing all this stuff in. You see, I'm telling you, they're not playing with it. There's some gold up in here, y'all. That's why the bell is here. So you don't just go running through traffic. Stop. The traffic guard of purpose is saying, stop. You got to treat everything that is divinely intended to fulfill the promise of seeking you will find. They speak in riddles. You must want to figure it out. It's not going to be easy. They hide the most valuable life lessons in plain sight. That's why we can talk about shit that we are not afraid of. You know what I mean? Two things you don't talk about. Politics and religion. But they can get it in because that's two things you're supposed to be talking about more than anything else. So, now, I'm going to give you the three that are on this paper because I believe in the power of three. And then you're going to answer one. And then we're going to go to a 30-second commercial. And we're coming back. And we're going to answer the last two. And I believe that these three have something inside. When I say we're going to talk about other things you do too, it's going to tie because it's never about one thing, but it's like spokes on a wheel. They're all connected. See what I'm saying? So here they are. I wanted to know, and I really want to know, because I have an inquiring mind, which is different than just plain ass nosy. I had to say that because my aunt may be listening. And you know who you are and why I said it. It's your business. That's what. Who are you talking? I'm just playing. See how I did? That was an example for someone out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you know who you are. So listen. One question. Number one. Why do they always, well, not always, most of the time, because Beth Dutton on last week's episode of Dutton Ranch a couple weeks ago did not shoot the horse. Stop the vet from shooting the horse when something happened to the leg. But we always see, shoot him, you know? So why haven't they come up with something, they got AI and stuff, to be able to fix the horse's leg so that they don't have to shoot him? Where'd that originate from? How do they know? So there's that. Then, what in the hierarchy of spiritual things, where did the horse fall inside the Native American world? So let's do that. Okay, they're not playing. These are my questions. And then this one, another one of those horse references. Horse meat. Is it true? Is that an urban myth? Or was it true that they used to put horse meat inside of something? Somebody's food, something's food, those questions. So choose one, take it to, tie it in with some insight like you've been doing. And then we'll go to that brief break and come on back. Take it away.
All right, let's see if I can answer all three.
Have what?
All three.
Wow.
Number one, I was traveling in Europe last year. I was in Italy, and on the menu, there was a salad with colt. Yes, a colt is a small baby male horse.
Stop it.
It was not a typo. They really meant we serve horse here. And no, I couldn't order the salad. And yes, horse is served in many places. Sometimes on a salad, could also be likely in your dog food or cat food. Okay, let's move on. Number two.
Could you eat in the restaurant?
I did finish eating in the restaurant. It was part of a package. I was on a tour, but it was very...
Did it change the spirit of the occasion for you?
Did you feel like you needed again, I don't judge the truth. Like for me, I am in someone else's culture. Right? This is their menu. I am staying at their hotel that has this in their restaurant. And this is what it is. Everybody remembers the movie Alive, right? Where humans had to eat other humans to stay alive when the plane crashed. Like, there could be a moment where that could be a thing, and I'm not going to judge the moment. But in this moment, when I'm on vacation and it's on the menu, it's an interesting talking point, and no, I'm not eating it. And whoa, right? It is still happening. Lots of places around the world.
I bet it's tough.
Yeah,
maybe. There are places we won't call any names where they say, oh, they eat dogs and stuff over there. Better be careful. You might be eating a Chihuahua or Pekingese.
Well, I'll answer your second one, which is about Native Americans. And here's what I will say. There are a lot of Native American tribes, each one with a different relationship with horses. So that's a huge generalization question coming through. Wow. However, I think the piece that I know that I'd like to share with you, I believe is from Navajo nations, and their translation of horse is big dog. So they're like your big dog. They're your big partner. They're your best friend.
Right.
They can do everything with.
Dog. Okay.
And then the third one, if you want me to go there, and if we need to go to a commercial break, we can.
Go ahead. No, you're doing them all. Go. Commercial be damned.
Why do they put horses down when they break a leg? First of all, I'm not a veterinarian. I really can't get into the mechanics of why we haven't figured out how to operate on and fix legs
every time.
No, definitely not. There are horses, and you can look this up, who have bionic legs. Now, here's the thing. What this is really going back to is your horse is no longer usable for its purpose, which was probably either to pull your cart, your things, etc., or carry you and your stuff and so on. If it can't pull or carry, which it can't pull or carry if it has a broken leg, what is its purpose? Well, the great news is in 2026, more and more people are partnering with horses who can no longer carry or pull, but they can connect with you spiritually. So that's the really good news. Now, the really bad news is, statistically, still to this day, and I looked this up the first time, I was in the horrible position of having to put my first horse down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With as much dignity and care and love as possible. And it is, my heart goes out to anyone who's ever had to essentially play God and decide when it's time for their animal to go. Okay. That is not an easy position.
No.
Ever.
No.
Now, when you're working with a horse, if your horse is suffering, and here's the thing, a horse with a broken leg, what would happen to them out in nature? They are not going to be able to keep up with the herd when they're being chased by a predator, and they're going to be killed. Is it not humane to put them down before that happens? If they're in domesticity, if they're domesticated, they're living with a human, they cost money. It is expensive to feed them, to care for them, to keep working with them. If they are not able to serve their purpose. Now, here's the other thing, and this is the very sad statistic, that if you're called to horses, you should know 50% of horses do not die. 50% in the States do not die of natural causes. What does that mean? They were shot. They were put down with euthanasia. They were butchered. Now, this is the heavy, hard truth nobody wants to talk about or hear about, but this is the reality of these beautiful partners who have called us into loving them, is that at the moment, our exit through line, what do you do? What do you do with a 1,000-pound animal when they're done? Whether they die on their own terms, they have a really serious medical condition that's causing them to suffer that cannot be healed, which was the situation with my first horse, or they have an injury that they're never going to recover from, they're always going to be in pain from, and they can't keep up with the herd anymore. What is the right thing to do? So I think it's easy to judge when you're not in the driver's seat of actually owning the animal. And the other side of it is our government has to judge. And so they round up these Mustangs and they butcher them because they are over going on the plains. And so there's a beautiful movement of people teaching people about how to work with Mustangs and own your own horse.
People teaching people. Sorry, it's a musical in here today. Oh, okay. So last thing too for this, and then we're going to go to that little brief commercial to pay some bills and come right back to wrap up this illuminate conversation with the illuminating, because ing is in the process, Cat Caldwell Myers. When you said the thing about when they can no longer carry or pull, this is what happens. But like I believe it's like cattle. they are put out to pasture, which to me sounds like, woohoo, I get to eat and lay around. Isn't that retirement for us? And because both of them reminded me of how we treat our elder population. Something to think about in there. There's 3 examples. So, which would you prefer? Or which is something to think about, right? Okay. And something to think about when we come back. I want to hear the answer to this because I wouldn't have ever thought this. It was divinely inspired. When we come back, we're going to hear from our guest what it was like when she realized that she could understand her horse and her horse could understand her. And it wasn't guessing. It was a type of telecommunications. Ooh, take that. And guess what? We got a great answer coming up in just a moment. We will be right back. Don't you dare go away.
The power of we was a way of inclusion, a way of inviting anyone who needed or wanted a place to belong.
It was just very clear to me that this was something that would really benefit the young folks right here.
And to be able to give them a different perspective that I know where they come from, I know what they're experiencing because I was there too, and letting them know that there's different actions that they can take that'll lead to a different destiny.
We really needed to hear that. In order to change our community, we needed to hear that.
And they are inspired to invest in making it happen. That's powerful.
All right, and we're back. Today's episode of the Monday edition of our Illuminated Conversation is with the one and only Cat Caldwell Myers. And as we were going to break, in case you just tuned in, we had a question about do you believe that you have communicated back and forth? Like, not Mr. Ed, how you doing in the Wilbur? Mixed with the Jim Carrey impersonation. See? Does it never end? Anyway, has that happened? I mean, I think you have an answer for that, right? But you never have been asked that before on the show, have you?
Actually, I have been asked that.
I told you all about regifting and repurposing my questions. I'm just kidding. But okay, let's hear it then. So it's not so far-fetched after all, is it?
Not at all.
Talk about that.
I'm a podcaster. I don't know if your audience knows that, but I'm a podcast in the top 2% of all podcasts. We've got over 200.
Did I tell you there was a third shameless plug coming? Didn't I tell you? They're coming 3s, y'all. That's the truth, though.
The third one, so we get it out of the way, is our book launch happening this weekend, Wings of Purpose, at the Butterfly event. And I am on page 111, no accidents. All right, plugging is over, but I'm going to bring it back. So the thing about podcasting is it's about listening. If you're a really good podcaster, you're listening to your guest, you're pulling something out, but you're also learning to speak into the void, like you talked about today, Dr. Lauren. Like, you're really learning to speak. You're learning to have this exchange, this communication. Now, here's the thing. If you're working as a podcaster, you're connecting with your guest long before you even meet your guest. Like, we have been exchanging some photographs, bios, different things. You probably checked me out on social media, whatever, right? My website, etc. So we have this presence out there that we're not even in. So do horses. And it's out in the field. And one of the best performing podcasts of all time, and I do teach people how to podcast, by the way, and how to ask the deeper question beneath the question. Oh, I love we brought a kitty cat in.
This is Lucy. And
hi, Lucy. I love Lucy.
Exactly. Told y'all. Because my birth mother, her name was Lucy. Lucy.
Oh, I love that too.
Well, go ahead.
So one of the best performing podcasts of all time is called The Telepathy Tapes. If you have not tapped into the Telepathy Tapes yet, you need to go check it out. The first season is mostly about nonverbal autistic teenagers and adults and how one of the episodes, but sort of the whole theme of it is how they're communicating telepathically without words. Okay. There's a whole episode on how many of them communicate with their animals telepathically, know what they need, know what they want. You know, your cat is outside the door before you even see them, hear them. Maybe you can smell them, but you don't even know that, right? Like those senses. It's a feeling. So when you asked me right before the break, I sat down and I connected with my horses into the field and said, what would you have me tell people? And what I heard is, never mind everything that's come before, what you think you know about us. Just meet us in today. That's what we're here to teach you. Just meet us in today. And then I asked, is there anything going into the future that you would have me know or say or share? And what I heard is, we want to pass this connection on to the next generation. We really love to work with horses. And I was like, all of you? They're like, no, actually not all of us, right? Isn't this how that telepathic field, that communication, when you allow yourself to slow down and listen in the void, all the answers are there for you because you are a creative sovereign connecting in that field.
Creative sovereign.
I have to credit my boy Joshua Spragg for that one, creative sovereign, because he is the creative sovereign. But it's like anything you speak into existence, anything you write into existence, anything you think into existence. And sometimes it was already out there. You're just receiving it into the field. Do you know how many TEDx talks are out there about horses?
That part. Now, as we well, we're doing it again and again and again because we are going to have two, not one, two. It takes two babies. It takes two. I'm sorry, I told you it was a musical, and that's the third time I sang. Comes in threes. Now, we're going to have two 90-minute specials starting 30 days after we return from Jackson Hole. You do the math because I can't. I have to count on my fingers and I'm holding a pen. It's the only reason. Kind of. So anyway, I want to say this. What an inspired, an insightful time we've had here. We have squozed decades and decades of gold inside of less than 60 minutes. That's what happens when you demand sacred space as the place you find yourself. That is what happens when you create. I don't have good friends. I have blessed friends because we have just together created not a fond memory, a few divine ones. That is the truth. You've heard me say it, and I'm sticking to it. I want to say tomorrow, real quick, our guest is another author of the 21 in the book. That can you hold your book up? Our book up? Now, that's right. Wings of Purpose. Be here tomorrow on purpose, and you will receive yet another blessing. Donna Campbell, not Donna, like my travel agent. Donna, the dawn of mankind. Donna will be here tomorrow, and we'll be talking about her chapter. Real quick, Kat, because we didn't hit that one. What is the title of your chapter?
Mine is called The Sixth Level. And to give you a quick understanding of what that is, Maslow's hierarchy, most people have heard of, has only 5 levels. First one being basic needs met, right? You're not too cold, not too hot, have food. The 5th one being purpose, self-growth, self-actualization. But there is a 6th level that he discovered later in his life, which is about awe, spirituality, something beyond that we're
come on.
And that is my chapter.
Shucky. Inspiring.
It has been awesome hanging out in the 6th level with you. Woo!
Listen, I'm going to tell you something about this lady, y'all. You can take a tip with you today as you go into the rest of your day. It's not always, at the end of the day. Cut it out. If you don't have the great start of a day, which will drive you through whatever kind of day, you won't be saying or talking about at the end of the day. And why is that important? If you are sealing your voice or intend to within the hallways of history, then you better say things that people want to remember or they'll have no reason to repeat it. And they will not repeat what they cannot remember. Use your words like spiritual flypaper. Make sure every word out of your mouth has the potential to stick. There it is. Kat, I want to thank you. And you guys, here's another thing. I could give away something, but just know this. If I had done everything in my life that I wanted to, I would have had a previous life, which I don't have, but I could have played it on at least on Facebook. And I would have been a male exotic dancer, and my name would have been the initials TBS, not the Christian Broadcasting System or the Trinity Broadcasting. What would it have stood for? It has to do with equine. What would it be? What would my name have been?
To be
the
honest.
Black Stallion.
Oh.
Okay, I had to. I just had to. Love you guys. Listen, get out there today. Make it the best day ever. And
Goodness.
do everything just like Cat, on purpose, with purpose, and you'll change the world. Cat, thank you so much. I can't tell you how
Thank you,
insightful.
Jared.
See you this week, okay? God willing.
Yeah, I can't wait to give you a real hug in real space.
Do we get to go horseback riding? Because I already told my husband we could.
Well, you better reach out to me if you want to go with me ASAP.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Is it that popular?
Well, there are lots of people you could ride with, but if you're
No one want to ride with
me, then you better reach out pronto. You got my WhatsApp, baby, because I'm booking up.
Okay. Did you say booking up or hooking up? You be the judge.
Goodness.
Anyway, get out of here. Thank you, Cat. You're a great sport. What am I going to do here? Okay, we're going to go the short version out. I'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing.
Awesome.
Have the best day ever.
Bless you. Bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spend